Hey everyone, how's it going today? I thought I'd do a quick car review of my 1990 Chrysler Lebaron sedan. Look at my seatbelt out here. So I thought I'd whip down to the local park here. Okay, there goes the train. There's no train coming here. Okay, good. And I thought I'd do a walk around of the Lebaron. I bought this car in December of 1998 and I drove it until summer of 2000. And the transmission, I think, if my memory serves me correctly, I was partially to blame for that because I didn't drive it particularly in a particularly gentle fashion. I mean, I was 20 years old or something back then, and yeah, anyways, a lot of stuff going on there. But anyways, long story short, transmission went in about 2000 summer, and I parked at my dad's garage, and I ended up buying an '81 Chrysler Imperial, and I drove that around for a while. And in the meantime, as the year progressed, I formulated an idea. The car was in pristine condition back then, and I made a deal with my dad. He liked the car and was willing to put another transmission in it. My mom liked the car, so I gave it to her for Christmas of that year, going on to 2001. And she enjoyed it, drove it. And in the about 2005, she started experiencing, there were some health issues there. And due to these health issues, she drove it very little in between 2005 and 2010, I think. 2010 or 11 is probably the last time she possibly drove it. But mostly during that time, it just kind of just sat in the garage, parked mostly. And but the paint has managed to peel off over time, and there's a few dings on it from parking lot issues and such. So, and my dad had bought a newer Lebaron sedan, and I think it was 2010, 2011, one of those 2 years, to replace this car because the struts are tired on it and anything and whatnot. So my mom passed away in 2015, and this car was just sitting in the garage, and so I kind of took repossession of this car. I've driven it a few times over the last couple years. I think 2014 I drove it for a little bit in the wintertime and on and off. And but it's been mostly parked, and that's why it has a case of ants I can't get rid of. I have ant traps on the floor, and keep getting ants coming into the carpet. That's a whole other story there. So if you look under the hood, you'll see the 3-liter Mitsubishi motor, which seems to run very good, and it hasn't been touched. I think this car has about over 300,000 kilometers on it. It's got the old system where the asterisks, it doesn't show the actual 3, but it has asterisks in place where it turns over. So that leads me to believe it has about over 300,000 kilometers, and a lot of those, I put on a fair amount of kilometers back in the late 90s, 2000 era. And but not all those kilometers, but this motor runs excellent, like it purrs. And I just got an oil change. I mean, tries great. Transmission, of course, is great because it's basically brand new. It was replaced in 2000 or so, 2001, 2000, something like that. So as you can see, it's got I took the wheel covers off and used them on a different car. I wish I didn't. Even though this car's got peeling paint, I still cleaned it up and I waxed it and whatnot just to protect what was there, just to keep it, you know, decent. I used Rain-X on the windows. It's really not that bad. It looks a lot worse than it really is. This car was stunning when it, believe it or not, this car looked stunning when I got it in December of 1998. It was owned by a retired ICBC insurance adjuster, I think. The interiors hasn't been touched. The only issues are like just over time, some fading in the plastic. Seats are the same. Everything's see on the armrest there, just from time, I guess. It's discolored. And from being parked and moisture getting in the car from condensation and stuff, over time the ceiling dropped. Because this was all mint condition when I got it. So I've just pinned it up. Just to, you know, keep it up. Struts are really soft in the front. I just replaced the front brakes, so that stops nice. It was a nice car back in the day. It really was. It still smells the same inside, actually. It's quite. This looks dated now. I mean, but believe it or not, back then those luggage racks actually looked stylish. I mean, they look nice. But I know it looks. I don't like the way it looks now. But and even if I had a car like this now in mint condition, I certainly wouldn't want a luggage rack. I think it looks kind of dumb, but it looked nice back then. So. A little cheap star in there. The door panels are reasonable. Which, the carpets are really nice shape. So yeah, you know, I mean, there's been a few times I've wanted to actually sell this car and just get it on my hair, make a get $500 or $600, but something holds me back. I don't know what it is. Maybe that'll change. I don't know, but tell me what you think. This car just keeps on driving, and should I sell it or just drive it till it just blows up, or what? I mean, it's got a lot of history to it. I've owned it. I have no reason to get rid of it. Gas mileage isn't bad. So, let me know what you think. This is Mr. Terrence Gold. Good night.